Hello, and thank you for tuning into the frequency of a new awareness. Today, we are going to look at the event in the biblical writings where Jesus turned water into wine. This event has been placed into the a box of miracles. It was always depicted as a miracle. But what is a miracle? A miracle is an occurrence that we cannot explain. And that's a miracle. But today, with the help of modern day science, we can explain how Jesus turned water into wine and therefore take this event out of the box of miracles into the box of science. So if you want to find out how Jesus turned water into wine, stay tuned. First, let us look at what we know in science to be true. Two scientific facts we can apply here. The first one is that everything that is in physical form created on Earth, everything physical, our human body, the trees, the TVs that we are watching, everything is in its essence energy. And energy, the energy we're talking about is permanent. It cannot be destroyed, only transformed. So that's the point number one. Number two is that scientists have more or less by accident found out that the scientist, with its thoughts and expectations of an experiment, can influence the experiment. So what am I talking about? Before a scientist does real life experiments, he tries to figure things out first on a mathematical level, then maybe on computer simulations. And because of the insights he has gained through these two processes, once he gets to the physical science project, so to speak, he has already a certain expectation of how this experiment is supposed to go. And these thoughts and these expectations that the scientist has while he is observing the experiment has an influence on the experiment. So what the scientists found out, that human thoughts have influence and can manipulate the world, the physical world around us. Well, they don't know how this in detail works, but the science has pointed into this direction. So we know now, according to science, what is possible and what we know. We know that everything physical in our world is in its essence energy. Everything is energy. And we know also that human thought can influence and manipulate this energy. So that is what we know on a scientific level. Now we all are going to add the ancient spiritual knowledge that is in the biblical writings. Now, in the biblical writings, we find out that the energy that is the essence of all that is physically manifested is God, is called love, is the creative source, whatever you want to call it. Different cultures have different names for the same thing. But in essence, everything is made from the same energy. And I explain this in more detail in the video that I've recorded earlier as What is God? Now, the energy is God, is love. So the essence of everything that is manifested in our physical world is made of the same energy. So the energy that's the essence of us as a human being is the same energy that is creating the tree, the table, the chair we are sitting on. All is creating with the same energy. That is number one. Number two, that we know and find in the biblical writings, and I have explained this in more detail in the explanation of the creation story, how the earth and everything on it is created. There, these ancients tell us that everything is created through vibration, that the energy is formed into a tree, into a human being, into a rock, into a chair, into a TV, through vibration. Everything has a certain vibration, and this vibration forms the energy into a certain form that we see, and then through our brain process it. Oh, this is a tree. So that is what we know. And the ancients have told us this in these writings. So let's all put together and apply it to the event where Jesus turned water into wine. So we know now that the water and the wine are made of the same energy. And we know that everything is held together by vibration. So the only difference between the water and the wine is the energy vibrates at a different frequency. Therefore, we know now as well that thought influences the energy and can manipulate the energy that is the essence of everything. So what Jesus did and what Jesus was aware of that he had the power to do is to do just that. So Jesus had the knowledge and the awareness because it was written in the ancient writings. He knew that everything is vibration and energy. He knew it because it's written in the ancient writings, what we call the Old Testament. So therefore, Jesus had the knowledge and the awareness, and he knew that he had the power to manipulate energy. And he knew it, that his thoughts and his belief and his expectation could manipulate energy. And therefore, he knew that he could change the vibration of water into the vibration of red wine or white wine or whatever wine they had back then. So this is a scientific explanation. You know, every human being has the power and the potential to manipulate and control and form energy into anything we want. And the only difference between Jesus and us is that he was aware of that power, that he knew that he had this power, and he could apply this power. So therefore, he could turn water into wine. So now you know that the scientific explanation is between turning water into wine. So now what Jesus did is not a miracle anymore. It's just an application of science and the knowledge. So it's an everyday occurrence. You have the power to turn water into wine. The only reason you can't is because you don't believe it. You don't have the knowledge and the awareness that it's possible. That's the only reason. So I hope you enjoyed the explanation of modern day science and ancient wisdom. They play together in a very important role and show us the truth and the potential that lies within every human being. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.